After 6 years living in Vietnam, there's only one meal that I miss from America, and that's pizza. That's because my hometown is Chicago, where we make some of the best pizza in the world. It's actually really hard to find good pizza in Vietnam, but there is one spot that holds its own when it comes to pizza. So today we're gonna compare the best pizza you can find in Vietnam versus my hometown Chicago pizza. But I live in Da Nang, so how am I gonna compare it to Chicago pizza? Well, I'm actually headed back to the US next week for a quick visit. You better believe my first meal is gonna be pizza. So let the battle begin. We're gonna head to Pizza 4Ps here in Da Nang. First, I gotta change my jersey because we're actually going to a fancy restaurant. All right, we made it to Pizza 4Ps. It's absolutely packed like usual. So this spot is pretty widely agreed to be the best pizza in all of Vietnam. They've got a crazy menu here, tons of different toppings for pizzas, a couple different very Vietnamese flavors. We actually ordered one of those called bò kho. They've got the wood-fired ovens downstairs. They make all the pizzas by hand and then throw them in the oven. I got my girlfriend Loan with me. She's never had Chicago pizza, so she's not gonna be able to give us a fair judgment. But how do you feel about Pizza 4Ps normally?
Yeah, it absolutely like different to Pizza Hut, the one that I always order.
I hope so.
Yeah.
So let's hope it lives up to the hype. I'm obviously biased towards Chicago pizza, but I think it's gonna be a closer fight than you might think. So we got a 3-cheese pizza. It's Mott's, Camembert, and Grand Padano. I have no idea what that is, but it's delicious. Then here we've got half salami and chorizo. So the closest thing we can get to a pepperoni pizza. And this here is bò kho. So that's a Vietnamese dish. We've never had this one. This one should be interesting. So we've got a few different criteria we're gonna use to judge the Vietnamese pizzas and the Chicago pizzas. So we gotta look at the crust, the cheese, the toppings, and finally the price. We'll give everything a rating 1 to 5 stars, and that's how we'll decide who the winner is gonna be. Sound good?
Yeah.
Fair, right?
Yeah.
Starting with the cheese. When I'm looking at a crust, I like a thin crust, but really crispy. I like it to be a little bit sturdy. So this one here is a little bit floppy. So what are we going with crust? Out of 5 stars.
2.5 out of 5.
That's exactly what I was thinking. 2.5. So 2.5 stars on the crust. Right in the middle. Not great, not bad.
Yeah.
With this one here. It's kind of nice. It's actually 2 types of meat. So it's chorizo, which is kind of like your pepperoni, and then salami. So the meat is really good. The flavor is ridiculous. Like the taste, the sauce, everything is so good. Again, it's just a little bit too floppy.
Yeah, you can see.
If you could just crisp up that bottom crust, the undercarriage, a tiny bit, man, you'd be cooking.
Top notch.
But I have to be fair, it is nice how light it is. You feel like you could eat a whole slice in one bite and just goes down. It's nice.
So you guys are pizza hand eaters or knife and fork?
100%. If you eat pizza with a knife and a fork, you're a serial killer.
Yeah?
Yeah, pick it up and eat it. All right, this is the one I'm most excited about because this is brand new. I've never had this one. And I love the dish, bò kho by itself. Again, it's like a beef stew, soupy, comes with a banh mi on the side. The flavor is really good. Kind of like a meat and potatoes beef stew. So this is kind of crazy. A lot of toppings. Oh, there's potatoes on here too.
Really?
Sliced potatoes, some crispy onions, some beef. All right, let's try it.
Try it.
That's interesting, right? Can't tell if I love it or it's too weird.
Exactly.
It's weird because it tastes just like bò kho, but it seems strange flavors for pizza.
I would say it's strange texture because like normally when you eat bò kho, it's like creamy and soupy.
Yeah.
Like now you chewing it.
Lot happening.
Yeah.
A lot of flavors.
Okay, let's have another bite.
That is the most interesting bite of pizza I've ever had in my life. So that's what Vietnamese food is always known for, combining a lot of flavors, a lot of textures. So when you put all of that together on pizza, like when you bite into pizza, you're expecting, you know what you're getting. But that's a weird one.
Oh.
I like it. I don't think I would order it over like the pepperoni or the cheese, but I'm glad I tried it. Super interesting.
Yeah.
So we've tried everything now. We said 2.5 stars for the crust. We got to talk about the flavor of everything in general. Okay? Want to say it together at the same time?
Okay.
Ready?
1, 2, 3, 5. Good, right?
Okay.
Solid.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely 5 stars. The flavor of each of the pizzas, you can't really get better. Like, I can't imagine a better cheese pizza, a better kind of sausage, pepperoni. The meat is so good, high quality. The sauce is really nice. The different cheeses all have a nice kind of blend together. And then the bò kho, the Vietnamese style, is just out of this world. I don't even know what's going on with that. Let's talk about the sauce. The sauce is going to be hard to judge because there's not a ton of sauce, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would say maybe 3 stars for the sauce.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair?
Yeah, it's fair.
Okay. All right, so we'll try to finish up. The last thing we'll talk about is the price. We'll see that when the bill comes out.
Yeah.
But we still got a lot of pizza to finish. Wrapping up, still got a couple slices left, but I'm absolutely stuffed. I couldn't take another. All right, we got the final bill. This place is actually a lot cheaper than I even thought. And I already thought it was cheap, good value. So the cheese pizza is about 200K, that's $8. The half and half pepperoni and the bò kho was about 230 total, so that's maybe $9. So the final bill was 740 for the 2 pizzas, salad, 2 drinks, was about $30. To have a nice, good dinner out, our favorite meal to have in town, 30 bucks for 2 people. Can't beat that. That's gonna be an easy one to score. That's 5 stars for the price. So that's it for Pizza 4Ps. Good start to this battle. I can't wait to get to Chicago, try some of my hometown go-to pizza. Let's get it. All right, we made it back to Chicago. I'm standing outside a legendary joint, one of the oldest pizza spots in all of Chicago. This is Veto and Nicks. They've been around for over 100 years. And I've actually got 2 special guests with me today.
Hi, I'm Austin. And I'm Denver.
Also known as the Ninja Turbo Twins. My 2 nephews are gonna be helping me out reviewing the pizza today. Let's go inside, I'm starving. So we're in the south side of Chicago, about 5 minutes from where I was born and raised. There's so many good pizza places around here, it's hard to choose, but you can't go wrong with Veto and Nicks, one of the oldest places you can go to. Now we've already ordered 2 pizzas, they're gonna be coming out soon, but there's something I've gotta clear up. There's a myth out there for most people that aren't from Chicago. If I tell you about Chicago pizza, I know you're already thinking deep dish, but in reality, most of us that live here, we don't eat deep dish pizza all that often. In my opinion, thin crust is the way to go. The thinner, the better. If you don't believe me, you're about to find out in a minute. All right, I downed a couple slices already. It's so ridiculously good. So this is what we're working with. Paper thin, we got pepperoni, we got sausage. So let me give you the background. In the 1930s, after prohibition of alcohol ended, thin crust pizza got really popular in Chicago. They would serve it at all the bars as just a light, salty snack to keep you drinking, the same way you see peanuts and pretzels in bars today. That's why they call this tavern-style pizza, because it got famous from serving it in the bars. So the first thing you'll notice about this place compared to Pizza 4Ps in Vietnam, that spot is really fancy. Here is just a local, looks like any other Southside dive bar, but they got a kitchen in the back, been cranking out pizzas here forever. Another thing you might have noticed, the way that they crisscross cut everything, not like typical slices of pizzas, the triangles. They did that because back in the day, there wasn't any plates or silverware or anything like that, so everybody could just pick small bites while they're sitting at the bar. Good, right?
I love it. One of the best pizzas I've ever had.
So we got to judge it overall. We're looking at the crust, the sauce, and the toppings. At the end, we'll talk about the price. First thing you notice when you hold it up, there's no flop. Listen to the crunch. All right, boys. How does this pizza compare to some other types of pizza that you've had?
Well, this is pretty much one of my favorite pizzas now.
Really? What do you think?
Honestly, this is the best pizza I've ever had. I'd love to go here more often.
I kind of agree. This is one of the best pizzas I've ever had. Time to give out some stars here. Let's start with the crust. I'm gonna make this quick. 5 out of 5. Doesn't get any better. Crunchy, paper thin, so good. The next big thing is the sauce and the toppings. So the sauce is salty, peppery, thick. It's just got a flavor to it that you won't find in Vietnam. They don't skimp you on the toppings, tons of pepperoni, tons of sausage. 5 out of 5 on the sauce and the toppings. We gotta finish the rest of the pizza and then we'll get the bill. I have no idea what to expect when it comes to price, so we'll have to look out for that one.
Hey, Uncle Travis. For the final question, I have to ask, do you like Chicago pizza more or Vietnam pizza more?
That's a good question. That's exactly what I'm trying to figure out. But I think we already know the answer, right? Chicago! Yeah. All right, Dad's packing up the leftovers. We got the final bill. Prices here are actually really good. So each pizza is about $23, which will be about 575K. So a little bit more than double the price of Vietnam, but these are really big pizzas. A lot bigger than the pizzas from Vietnam and a lot more filling, and we're taking a lot home with us. For such a famous, popular place, the prices are really good here. Typical price for a large pizza in Chicago is gonna be about $30 most of the time. So I'm absolutely satisfied. Totally delicious meal. I'm in heaven right now. I'll be back in Vietnam soon, but this is something I'm always gonna miss from Chicago is the thin crust pizza. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.